Episode 5. Kidnapped.
Previously on Alan Wake. I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could write here.
I don't want to hear it! God damn it, Alice!
Now, she's missing.
Alice? Alice?
I woke up behind the wheel of a crashed car. I'm missing a week. I was attacked by shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at, but the cabin had disappeared.
Episode 2. Taken.
Honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
I see.
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up.
I was just gonna say, I see some coffee there behind you. There's some in the thermos right there. Thank you. I was gonna thank her for making coffee, but apparently she didn't. I don't know. Or she forgot and she just wants another one. She wants a fresh pot. I don't know if Nicole heard me. Okay. We got a nice place here. Wow, it looks like a crazy storm outside. That is some of the worst weather I've ever seen. Looks like there's a tornado this way. We're good that way. Do we have 2 kitchens? Wait, what? Or was she not in the kitchen? She's just hoarding the coffee in here.
This is gonna be a long night, but these shots are turning out great.
I guess you're gonna need that coffee then. I'll go put it on.
Here, let me take this off your hands. It must be empty. Let me go fill this up. Coffee machine. There it is. I'm so used to coffee machines being
Coffee's
black.
on.
I don't-
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
And speaking of black, that is how I take my coffee. How do you guys take your coffee? I don't really jazz it up. If I'm doing a latte, then I'll jazz it up. Maybe a little vanilla. Hazelnut's good. I've been getting into putting some floral things in there, like lavender's really good. But straight up black coffee if I'm drinking coffee. Huh. So you were writing a book. Oh, this is it. Oh, different.
It's true what they say about the fall and the sudden stop at the end. I'd lain here in the snow while the lurid chain of scenes that had led me here kept playing in my head. A rerun of my own private snuff movie. A memory of my corpse. Alone at my own wake. Thinking in metaphors again. The femme fatale was gone. Only a sour taste remained of the kiss that killed me.
That's right. I totally forgot about this. So, Sudden Stop is from Max Payne, Remedy's other wonderful game. And narrated by the man himself.
This was a late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge, it had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear the pain. My blood painted the snow red. A gruesome slushy dissolved all the scattered painkillers and leisurely dripped down to the sewer, mingling with the bile of the city, becoming one with it. I can see them now, my wife and my baby. Honey, I'm home.
A blood slushy. Sounds delicious. And yeah, I remember the painkillers and I remember all of that and how his wife and kid are brutally murdered. by those robbers, and then it spirals into some crazy revenge tale. It's been a long time since I played the Max Payne games. I think they're making another one, if I remember correctly. Well, he's a prolific writer. So, The Fall of Casey, The Things That I Want, Alex Casey, What I Can't Forget, Return to Sender. I mean, he's only got 5 under his belt. We're working on the 6th one here, it looks like. What's the new one? Oh, he calls it The Sudden Stop. Oh, Alex Casey. Yeah, it does kind of all tie in. That's right. That's so cool that they do that. All right, well, he's no James Patterson, but, you know. 6 is a good start.
Oh, hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, maybe you could perform the miracle of making some more coffee. Because all I did was flip a switch.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. I'm right here.
Alan, please check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
It's
I'm
still
right here.
there's light right here. Just stand right here.
I'm fine. Just get the lights back on now, please.
It's just an exposed fuse box on the wall.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay. Hi.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
Oh yeah. Get the candles. Put on some Barry Manilow.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head.
He seems like a nice guy. Is he the guy that was on the... No, that guy that was on the boat was the guy from the radio station. But there's not a lot of nice old guys here in Bright Falls. Seems like a nice
Sorry you had
town.
to cut your morning fishing short for this, Doc.
Oh, she's a beauty, ain't she? Not the biggest I ever
She
caught.
sure is.
You can believe that coming from an old fisherman like me, but she's right up there. Now, she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you prefer a lure.
I can see that.
If you want either trout or salmon, on the other hand, then it's fly fishing for you. You a fishing man, Mr. Wake? Oh, doesn't really matter, I suppose. But it can be very relaxing out there. You can't get me off the water this time of year. Closest thing to heaven.
I'll take your word for it, Doc.
Yeah, I've done some fishing in my day.
I believe you'll find the sheriff in her office. Just go down the corridor.
I'm just checking to see if you got any coffee around here. Not a coffee drinker, huh? All right. Well, then I think we're done here. Uh-oh. Ma'am?
Thank you for testing the lights, Miss Weaver. Everything seems to be fine.
I don't have the luxury of being complacent, Deputy Grant. The bulbs will need changing soon. You can't change them in the dark.
I'll be sure to take care of it, Miss Weaver. Have a nice day now.
Very good. I'll come back later on to remind you, just in case.
Mr.
There she
Wake,
goes with her
the sheriff is waiting for
precious
you in her
lamp.
office down the corridor.
Sure. Yeah.
That was Cynthia Weaver. I guess you can call her the town eccentric. She used to be the editor of the local newspaper, but she's focused on, other things these days.
She'd fit right in where I come from.
As you can see, she's a little obsessed with maintaining the light bulbs of the whole town, refuses to step on shadows, things like that. Back in her day, she wrote about all sorts of weird things in the paper. Bright Falls has a colorful history. Of course, what small town hasn't?
Well, she did want to change the light bulbs, so if we could get on that. She did mention
The
changing
sheriff
them,
wants to see you in her office, Mr. Wake.
like, now, before it's dark. So, just, if you could get on that. You got any coffee back here? Man. There it is. See, I knew it. I knew it. It's a police station. It's got to have coffee. Oh. Nectar of the gods. Ah, cheers.
Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there. Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed.
Yeah, until that shape pushed her off the balcony and into the water. She wasn't laughing after that.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him. Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the parade float. It's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsal today. Over.
Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over.
Okay, roger that, guys. Keep looking for Stucky. Jane's out.
Alan Wake here. Stucky's a madman with an axe and I had to put him down. Over. Hello? Anybody? Anybody hear this? This thing on? Hello? Hello? I was trying to let you know what happened to him.
Sheriff Breaker is waiting for you,
You know,
down the
I'm just-
corridor in her office.
Listen, I'm taking a scenic route. I was taking a little tour. Thought maybe there'd be something interesting in the cell area, you know. Some nefarious people. I don't know. So, Richard Baugh, Bruce Dansky, Jacob Miller are all missing on a camping trip overdue. Haven't been in contact. If you've seen them or know their whereabouts, please call 555-9932. Thank you! I don't know why they had to scream that at the end. 3 exclamation points. That is serious. Okay, we're gonna come across them, maybe, or possibly they've already been killed by us.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Oh, thank you. That's so kind of you.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake?
How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do
Mr.
nothing
Wake, can I
stupid,
help you
pal.
with anything?
We're watching you.
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor. Just don't mind Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
Hey, mister! Hey, can you turn the light? The light's on! The deputies, they don't understand. They won't listen to me. I need it to be bright in here.
There we go. Is that better?
Thank you. Hey,
Yeah.
you're all right. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different. You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got it all wrong. See, sure, I beat him up, but I wasn't drunk. I mean, I wasn't drunk at the time. I only got drunk afterward.
Sure. Thanks, Walter.
Listen, you gotta listen carefully now. Here's the kicker. That wasn't Danny. No, sir. It only looked like him. You wanna know who it really was? I'll tell you who it really was. It was a goddamn space alien! I know it sounds like something a drunk would say, but believe me, I wasn't drunk then.
Listen, Walter, you should probably just like lay down. I think you've had a little bit too much. You're cut off. You've had a little bit too much of the sauce. You're welcome for the lights being on. You know, got your back there. Uh-oh.
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
Okay. All right, so we are going to get attacked in the diner again. Hey, Emma. How's it going? We're doing great. We're playing some Alan Wake.
The light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
God, that is bright. Coffee! And a radio. Well, we'll get some coffee and we'll enjoy this radio.
Well, folks, it's been another long night.
See if he's got another story for us. Maybe he knows what happened to Toby.
I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go. It's been a busy night for the sheriff's department. We've had a few broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deerfest float. Now, folks, we get this every year. I know it's exciting, the big day's almost here, but let's save it for the party and leave the gunplay for the shooting competition, huh? There's no point in getting all worked up yet.
Yes, we were playing Alan Wake. The original Alan Wake.
The caller had told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car.
All right. Let's go through the fence. That was a good kick. Okay, we got another page.
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall on the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
All right.
Alice's
I vaguely
driver's
remember.
license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business. Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. Oh, I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Al, what the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Yeah, it's been 13 years, but I kind of vaguely remember that.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of
Ow!
darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
We're gonna need to get that replaced. He did it. Walter broke the TV, everybody.
Novelist, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey! Oh, my!
Take it easy.
Yes.
Hey, no,
He was asking for
Get
it.
your hands off of my client.
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
To be continued. I held in my hand a page. Written on it were the words, "Subscribe to the channel, like the video, join the community Discord, and stay tuned for more Alan Wake." It was a prophecy of things to come.